Paint some seasonal images with me. This time, let's focus on some more practical preparations for the holidays. Something that always seems to kick off the holiday season for me, other than snow and cold weather, is writing and sending Christmas cards. This is mostly because this needs to be done in late November or early December just to make sure the cards arrive in the time for the holidays, because unfortunately they sometimes tend to get lost on their way. This collection of images is another good example of showing the size of the characters I wanted to work with. These characters are little Nissa children, and there's actually an entire family in this series, but the parents haven't been introduced yet. So what are these characters? Well, in Norway they're called husnisse. Nissa is actually a term Norwegians use for Santa, but for some reason in English it seems to translate into gnome or elf. So they are sort of house gnomes or house elves, but not the Harry Potter kind. Usually these creatures are invisible, but they are known for helping around the house and farm. There is also the fjøsnisse that helps out with livestock and tends to live in the barns. Nisser have appeared on Christmas cards in Norway since the end of the 1800s, and that might also be why I wanted to explore these characters for my Advent series. There seems to be a bit of a theme with regards to the process for some of the work I created during 2022. Oftentimes, I had a clear idea of what kind of imagery I wanted to make, meaning I sometimes skipped the thumbnail phase and instead went straight to the sketching phase. Please note that this doesn't mean that I take thumbnails for granted. They are so important to creating illustrations as they let you try out ideas, figure out compositions, and so on. For me, it sometimes just feels easier to simply follow my intuition and explore a clear idea I had in mind. This often happens when I'm doing daily images and might have a limited time to focus on a piece, so I just want to get stuck in. But please note that while yes, it can save a lot of time, it can also waste a lot of time if your idea isn't clear enough, as you might end up revising again and again, and you're finding issues you could have ironed out in the thumbnail phase. Wrapping presents is a chore for the holidays that you either love or you despise. So I suppose the Nissa children are doing this as someone in the house are not a big fan of this task. When I did the first illustration of them getting ready to wrap a present, I just knew I had to make a follow-up, because I have a feeling I'm not the only one who wanted to see the size of the thing they've managed to wrap. I'd love to know more about your run-up to the holidays. Do you do anything special like send out cards or even create homemade cards and presents? Let me know in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching. More of my process videos are up on my YouTube channel, but you can also find more of my work on my website and on social media.